An emotional end to the final round of hearings into the sinking of El Faro. Many family members wiping away tears during the closing statements. 10 days of hearings in this session followed 20 previous days of testimony. In total, about 200 hours of testimony and dozens of witnesses gave the board information to answer thousands of questions. Channel 4's Chris Barreto has been following this tragedy since the beginning and has been in the hearings every step of the way. Chris, how was this final round different than the others?
Mary, aside from just the emotion of the ending today, the big thing this round and what board members told me last summer they were hoping for after the second round was the transcripts from the Voyage data recorder. The chairman of the board said today those transcripts helped frame the questions of hundreds of those questions that they used during this round of hearings. One of the biggest things that they were able to discuss was the condition of on board the ship for crew members, from potential fatigue those crew members might experience to possibly not having the equipment they needed to secure cargo heading into Hurricane Joaquin. The board now has answers to those questions. We also learned that Polish workers that were on board the ship might not have had the safety training that would have helped them in an abandoned ship situation. One former Polish worker testified that he never tried on a life jacket or a survival suit and didn't even know where his assigned lifeboat was. Captain Jason Neubauer, the chairman of the Marine Board of Investigations, says he listened to all 26 hours of the VDR transcript, and he says it helped him not only prepare for this round in terms of the questions that he would ask, but also knowing the need to be thorough in this investigation.
Even on paper, the situation comes across as it's emotional, you know, to watch the actions, the final actions by the crew. I do agree that with some of the statements made that the crew tried as hard as they could, and there were definitely heroic actions done to try to save other members and the ship itself. For me, it's something that I will always think about. I think it's important for maritime safety for others to read that transcript, and for me, it was important to listen to it because I know it just strengthened my resolve as an investigator.
Captain Neubauer wouldn't put a timeline on when their investigation would be complete and their findings released, saying he didn't want to rush it. However, he did say this is a top priority to finish the investigation and make their recommendations for the industry. Coming up tonight at 6, I'll have much more on the emotional ending to these hearings. Tarek?